welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I am Anna and I'm a little bit spooky, but today we are in the mood for some Mardi Gras. This is the look I did celebrating Mardi Gras 2020. This is our Mardi Gras 2020 glam, if you will, and yeah, I decided to pair it with a nice neutral lip and some wild crazy hair because this is my natural hair state. I just let her air dry today. For this look, we used the beautiful Aina palette as well as the good old Rivera palette. We pulled a gold from here, some purples from here, and we made this very festive Mardi Gras vibe look. We also add a pop of glitter to the inner corner from ColourPop. So if you want to see how I created this Mardi Gras glam and learn a little bit about Mardi Gras in Louisiana, go ahead and just keep on watching. Before you do, like and subscribe and comment down below, how do you guys celebrate Mardi Gras? Do you even celebrate Mardi Gras? I know not everybody does. Let me know in the comments down below. Today I think we're just going to be doing some painting. I don't have a clear plan of what I want to do, but we are going to play with the Aina palette for sure and probably bounce into the Rivera palette because they have like the perfect Mardi Gras colors in them. We're missing a green, but I think for today's look we're not going to really do a green. We're gonna do golds and purples and yeah, and see what we create. I am definitely kind of going for something very Mardi Gras themed because I don't see a lot of Mardi Gras stuff on YouTube very often. And I'm like, Mardi Gras is like a huge deal here, so. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I've already primed my eyelids with Milani eyeshadow primer and some of the Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. And I haven't set anything down. It's still kind of slightly, ever so slightly tacky. Just that perfect consistency for blending on. But I'm going to start with the brow bone. I also have brows done. I'm going to jump into Sails from the Rivera palette. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into Sails. And we're just going to pack that just under the brow as a brow bone highlight. And I like to have this area kind of set just for blending. It makes it easier. Like there's no real other explanation other than that. Next, I'm going to take a transition shade. I'm going to go into Estate from the Rivera palette. Just give something to blend into. This is kind of a light peach. Oh, for how dusty that is. I'm just going to pop that up here and let it marry into the brow bone highlight. While we do this makeup, I thought it'd be fun to tell you a little bit about Mardi Gras here in Louisiana. I live in central Louisiana, which isn't New Orleans, so we don't do that kind of Mardi Gras here. We do a little bit of a mix of Acadiana Mardi Gras, the Cajun Mardi Gras, paired with the New Orleans style Mardi Gras, which is like, I think everybody knows what the New Orleans Mardi Gras is. It's like crazy parades and bright colors and just kind of going wild, right? Mardi Gras directly translates to Fat Tuesday, which is like the last day to eat like junk food, fatty foods, drink, and go crazy before Lent, which starts on Ash Wednesday, the day after Mardi Gras. Locally here in central Louisiana, there's a lot of Mardi Gras balls and some parades and stuff, but it's not anything like New Orleans, where it's basically from New Year's on, it's Mardi Gras. And it can get pretty hectic and wild, and I don't ever want to go there. And before we move on, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into Supreme, I think, from the Aina palette on a fluffy brush. But that's just one aspect of Louisiana Mardi Gras. There's the more traditional Mardi Gras that's based more on like, I believe like the medieval French tradition, where they have like people would dress in costume to go door to door to ask for food because they were too proud to show who they really were, to go beg at the aristocrats' houses and ask for, you know, food and stuff and cook for everybody. This going door to door asking for food in costume translated into where people still dress up in these really creepy looking costumes. This is not the Mardi Gras that's of New Orleans. This is more the rural area Mardi Gras, which is still celebrated here in a town called like Mamou and like the Acadiana area, which is still like, that's a huge thing to go to Mamou for Mardi Gras. I've actually never been. There's an episode of Parts Unknown that goes there, and it's worth a watch. It's hilarious, actually, that episode. But what they do in Mamou is they start early in the morning going to this huge caravan of people dressed up, and they'll stop at certain houses or whatever and get like in the ingredients to make gumbo. And it ends in a chicken chase where the people chase the chicken to cook in the gumbo. But that's just a part of it, is like you go watch the chicken chases and the parades, and it's more just kind of a different type of madness. And we're going into pinker, a little bit lower in the crease. I don't know, it's really an interesting tradition, and it's so different how it's celebrated in that part of Louisiana as opposed to New Orleans. And see, like here where I am, it's a kind of a mix of both. Like we don't have like a chicken chase or anything like that, but a lot of the people here do the balls and the whole more New Orleans style Mardi Gras stuff. But then on actual Mardi Gras or the weekend before, a lot of people go down to Mamou and these smaller towns to take part of the more rural festivities. It's a pretty interesting mix. It's more a celebration of Louisiana pride at this point than anything, I feel like, than religious or spiritual, the way it started or anything like that. It's just more of a fun holiday, and if you live in Louisiana, you'll know that it is a bigger deal than Christmas almost. Depending what part you live in, Mardi Gras prep and like celebrating can start right after Christmas and go all the way up to Ash Wednesday. If you go to little stores and stuff, the Mardi Gras decorations are out by January 1st. Like, it's time to start prepping for Mardi Gras. Every bar or anything like that always does a Mardi Gras party, and we have our local parades and stuff. So this year I'm actually going to a ball because we do have local crews. That's another thing. In New Orleans, there's the crews that build the floats and put on huge balls, and their floats are like super elaborate for the parade, and they're beautiful and crazy. And of course our scale is much smaller than that. We're not as exciting or big a deal, but we do have our own little crews and everything else. I honestly couldn't tell you the name of any of them because I'm not a part of them, but I am going to one of the balls this year as like a +1+1 type of thing. For a good education on Mardi Gras, I would definitely say like go read Wikipedia, because I just know how we celebrate it. It's usually just going out, wearing a mask, maybe going to Mamou or something and watching the drunk people chase chickens. It just sounds terrible, and it really, I don't like that part. It's poor chickens. And then they also do like pig chases, and like kids will get involved, and they do like certain stuff for children. It's wild. Yeah, that episode of Parts Unknown with Anthony Bourdain is just, it's worth watching because it's so funny. It really is a funny episode. But they go really in depth with the costumes and the traditional aspects of Mardi Gras that's based more on the French traditions. They do celebrate Mardi Gras in other countries and around the world, especially in like South America, but it's not quite like it is here. Louisiana has its own like distinct identity with Mardi Gras, and it's very serious business. Like, it's a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna go into Big Wig, which is the bright purple, which I'm so excited to finally use. I'm gonna take that lower into the crease. I'm not real great at explaining history. Ooh, that's bright. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't see a lot of like Louisiana Mardi Gras stuff on YouTube or anything, so I thought it'd be really fun to incorporate a part of my culture as somebody from Louisiana whose family has lived here for generations. I can actually trace some family back for like, oh God, forever of living in Louisiana, and mostly in the central Louisiana area. And the food, oh my goodness, the food is amazing. Cajun food. If you come to Louisiana, eat Cajun food. I saw a meme about New Orleans earlier that was really funny. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, in Alexandria, which is where I live, we have a Children's Day parade, and then we have like a main parade. And the local crews do floats for them and stuff, and they have, you know, a royal court and everything where they crown like a queen of Mardi Gras, the princess, the king, and everything else. So that's a big deal, is like incorporating royalty into it. It goes back to like the original traditions. Oh man, these colors are so vibrant. But I'm pretty sure the colors all mean something. Everything has a meaning. There's a lot of symbolism in Mardi Gras, and it's been linked all the way back to pagan traditions, in fact, of fertility and stuff. But Mardi Gras definitely has a very interesting history and is really cool because it's taken on so many different traditions and forms of celebration throughout the world. Yeah, I'm mixing a little more pinker in there just to kind of blend that. Yeah, I'm really excited about going to a ball this year. I've never been to one. They're a pretty big deal. Like, there's etiquette, you have a dress code, but then they're also like really fun. Because I mean, the spirit of Mardi Gras really is preparing for Lent, to fast and, you know, give up something for Lent. Usually you would, you know, give up junk food and or smoking or drinking, something like that. A lot of people give up drinking, but traditionally you would fast for it. It's a Catholic tradition. So I'm not Catholic, so I don't know a whole lot about that, honestly. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a smaller brush and go back into Big Wig and just kind of keep building that into the crease. I want Big Wig to be super vibrant. You know, mostly Mardi Gras, I don't think people take it that deep spiritually or anything like that. It's more of just a excuse to have fun and celebrate, and just very community-based holiday. It's not nationally recognized as a holiday, but in Louisiana you get 2 days off for school. Most our celebrations start in February. Valentine's Day is not a big deal here because Mardi Gras overshadows it. It's like the balls have already started. Ours is coming up this weekend. I think the weekend of Mardi Gras we're gonna go see a Zydeco band play, which I've seen a couple of times and featured in vlogs. They're called Poisson Rouge, which means red fish. I don't understand that. See, I don't speak a whole lot of French, or like Cajun French. I understand like some words and stuff, like I know what they mean. I don't speak it very well. I took French and I flunked it in school, even though Cajun French is a whole nother ball game of a language. Like the dialect is totally different than what they speak in France or anywhere else. I'm just going back and forth doing a lot of blending between pinker and Big Wig, really trying to build that purple. A funny tradition with our friend group specifically is a lot of us are of Irish descent, and we do a St. Patrick's Day crawfish bowl, because St. Patrick's Day is also a really big deal here. Because there's a lot of Catholic and Irish in Louisiana, as well as French. It's really like a melting pot of a state. It's a very unique state with a very distinct, unique culture that I don't think a lot of other states really have. Like, we have our own phrases, our own language basically for stuff. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like a Cajun word of the day in my videos. Just something interesting to throw in, because when you grow up here, whether you're Cajun or not, you learn the words. You learn a few phrases here and there for sure. And so one of my favorite things to eat is Cajun food. Like, I live for gumbo. I had gumbo yesterday, in fact. I love boudin and anything Cajun, basically. Cracklins aren't my favorite. People go nuts over those. But yeah, food is a very big part of our culture. And I think that's why Fat Tuesday is such a big deal as well, because, well, basically eating and drinking is a huge part of Louisiana culture. The amount of alcohol this state probably consumes. Oh, and king cakes. King cakes are amazing. If you like cinnamon rolls, you would love a king cake. It is basically a cinnamon roll in drag. Like, it is a cinnamon roll that is living its best life. Decorated and beautiful and tastes so amazing, and you can get them with different fillings in them, like blueberry or strawberry jam. Oh, so good. And you don't think that's gonna taste good in like a cinnamon roll type cake, but it is. And they also make like boudin ones that are more like a giant pig in a blanket type of thing, or like a kolache. I like those too. I like anything with boudin in it. I can't wait. There's a new pizza place opening by our house, and they have a voodoo pizza that has crumbled boudin on it. Holidays you can't help but get into the spirit of and want to celebrate and have fun, just because it's a very contagious vibe, and you're just like, yes, I want to wear purple, gold, and green and do the whole thing, wear a mask. And it's really cool how all the traditions began and how they've evolved over time. I think I might jump into cans from the Riviera, because that's a bright purple. I'm just going to a little bit do the crease as well. Just really purple that up. Because while the purple in Jackie's palette is more true to Mardi Gras color, I think on the eye, cans will really make it pop a little more. Yeah, Louisiana is definitely a culture of festivals. Any excuse to eat and drink, we are there. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do with the purple in the crease right now. I'm going to move on to, I'm going to take a kind of a packer brush, and we're going to go into Shookington, and we're going to take that on the lid. Oh hell yeah. This is some Mardi Gras queen makeup right here, girl. I think I might dampen this brush just to get the most impact out of it. I'm just going to let it flow into the crease. I'm not doing a distinct cut crease or anything. I think everybody has an idea of, you know, what Mardi Gras is, but it's more than just a party. I don't know, it's something special about it. I think the older I get, the more I appreciate it. But I will put some pictures of traditional, like, more rural Mardi Gras celebrations on the screen just so you can see the difference, because it is such a dramatic difference than what you think of when you think of Mardi Gras, as far as like the New Orleans Mardi Gras. I love that too, that the New Orleans Mardi Gras stuff. It's like I don't want to go experience it in person because crowds, but I love to watch shows about it. And like Treme is one of my favorite shows, and I loved when they would show Mardi Gras celebrations and then show the third line and everything. It's a very special feeling. Yeah, I'm going to dampen this brush a little setting spray. We're going to go into Shookington and really amp her up on the lid. Get that impact. Yes. I'm probably going to do this makeup on Mardi Gras if we go somewhere, or at least to when we go see the Zydeco band. This is definitely what I'm going to wear. I think a lot of people think of, when they think of Louisiana, they think of like rednecks, which is fair enough, we do have some rednecks. But you know what, the whole country has rednecks. Yeah, I mean, it's southern and all that, but not everyone here is like Duck Dynasty. Like, I hate that show, honestly. Because when you go somewhere like New Orleans, you don't feel like you're in the country, you feel like you're in like New York City. Like, it's a unique city, it definitely doesn't feel like the country by any means. It feels very urban and very developed, but ancient at the same time. There's something very magical feeling about that city. Like, if you do, I would recommend definitely visiting in the off season and just walking around and looking at the architecture, and because that is one of my favorite aspects of New Orleans. The graveyards, the architecture, the buildings, the shops, and go up the beaten trail a little bit. Definitely check out the Garden District, ride the trolley, all that kind of thing. But don't just go to Bourbon Street. I'm going to tell you firsthand, Bourbon Street is just a giant, nasty bar. Bourbon Street is gross. It smells like piss and puke, and it's nothing but a bunch of drunk frat people, like frat boys and strip clubs and bars. Like, it's not New Orleans. Like, it's just one teeny tiny aspect of it, and I don't know why it's so damn popular. I think it's mostly because of Girls Gone Wild and stuff like that. There's other parts of the French Quarter that are so much nicer, like Pirates Alley. I highly recommend that area next to Jackson Square, the French Market. Those areas are awesome. Rue Royale is beautiful. I have to say, around Jackson Square is my favorite area. Okay, I'm just blending some more bigwig around this edge. I'm just really trying to amp up the purple vibes. Admittedly, I did have fun inside the bars, sober, but like walking up and down Bourbon Street was just torture to me, because it's walking for one thing. But I had an awesome time at a strip club there. I had my first like lap dance, and it was so fun. I think that was my favorite memories of a trip. Was like a private lap dance. You only live once. And it was so fun. I had the best time hanging out in that one little strip club, and then hanging out at the hotel that we stayed in. So we stayed on the corner of Bourbon and Canal. And while we're doing such a colorful Mardi Gras look, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Mardi Gras colors. The Mardi Gras colors are purple, very vivid royal purple, gold, and bright green. The green is said to stand for faith, because this is a religious holiday, really, but even, I mean. The purple stands for justice, the gold represents power. As time goes, Mardi Gras has become a bigger deal in central Louisiana than it used to be. But that's one of the things I do love to do with my blogs, is to show a lot of Louisiana culture in there, and like go to different towns and historical areas, because I think it's special and it's interesting. I love seeing stuff like that from other places. I'm just blending these edges. I'm going to take a little bit more of pinker. I'm just going to dance it just right around here. Very lightly. Alright, so now we're going to go into some gold, which is for power. And I have two options. I think I'm going to take Inheritance from the Rivera Palette because that is like that true Mardi Gras gold. We're going to put that on this inner corner. I'm just going to kind of pack that on right in here, this inner part. Oh yeah, this totally screams Mardi Gras. Or LSU. Another cool thing though about the New Orleans area is that there is a very active goth scene, like culture for that. There's lots of shows there, usually rock shows and stuff. There's a lot to do for everybody. Like there's family friendly stuff, of course. But also if you're like really into Anne Rice and vampires and that sort of thing, it's a really fun place to go on tours. They have a vampire tour, they have the haunted tours, all that sort of thing to do. So I think a lot of us associate New Orleans with Anne Rice as well. I know I always do. Like I love Anne Rice. I guess that's probably just maybe a Louisiana thing as well. But yeah. Anne Rice's vampires will always be superior to Twilight or any others. Save for Nosferatu and Dracula. Okay, I love that pop of gold right there. That is so striking. And over top of that, I'm going to take a little bit of Trust Issues just for a little sparkle. I'm going to go back to my brow bone highlight shade and just kind of clean this up a little bit right up here where I'm blending a little crazy. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of winged liner, I think, just to kind of round the look. Just a little black wing. Nothing insane. Because I am going to do some false lashes. I love how I have my mirror so far away from me I can't see a deal wing. So this look really isn't about the wing, it's more about the purple. Just putting it in there for lashes and all that. Before I clean up my fallout and the wing and all that, I am going to pop on a little bit of glitter. Because, I mean, it's Mardi Gras. You gotta have glitter. And I'm going to actually pull some glitter from the Honey palette, the shade, oh dear, it's rubbed off, Oh Behave, maybe? I don't know. My pans fell out. I don't know what goes where. It's the goldish glitter from the Honey palette. I'm just going to take that on a little teensy brush here. I don't want too much, I just want a little sparkle right in here. I know these are not eye safe. I mean, any excuse to use glitter, right? I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the fallout and prime my under eyes, and we'll come back and finish up the look. I don't know if y'all can hear this rain, but it is insane right now, all of a sudden. Okay, so I've primed my under eyes with some concealer, just to help the eyeshadow stick. And we're gonna go into Big Wig, just right off the bat. And I'm gonna take it on the little ABH brush we use to apply Shookington. I'm just gonna start running that along this lower lash line. I'm keeping most of the purple on one side of the brush and then flipping it up to where that side is facing upward and hugging the little curve of my eye. Now I'm going to take a little bit of pinker just to soften it. And go back to my little flattish blending brush here and just get everything to merge together. If you could ever have fun with a look, it's a Mardi Gras look. Oh, fun. I like this. We're getting somewhere cool. I think I'm gonna go back to my gold shade, Inheritance. I'm gonna take that, clean the brush off again. I'm just gonna pack it right here on the center corner. Kind of let it flow over. I know it looks totally crazy, but we're on brand. We are festive. Back into that blending brush and just blend her along. I'm gonna go ahead and do my face makeup and we'll be back for finishing touches. Okay, went ahead and did face makeup, put on some lashes, tidy things up a little bit because the purple got a little everywhere and the glitter got a lot of it everywhere. A lot. a lot of it everywhere. I think we're gonna move on to the cheeks. I'm gonna do some highlighter. I'm gonna use this new one from Wet n Wild, the Hello Halo in Highlight Bling. I think I'm gonna mix both the shades because they're kind of like a peach and then a icy white. I'm just gonna bounce into both of them in the center and swirl. So I found this looks pretty nice on the cheeks. They're nice companions to one another. You can use them individually as well. Okay, I'm just taking the white side now for some real serious glowiness. And now for blush, I kind of want to do something like super neutral because the eyes is a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my CoverGirl Sophisticated Sable. I'm just going to swirl into all 3 shades and pop it on kind of the back of the cheeks. To kind of finish off the highlight, I want to take a little bit of the Fenty Diamond Balm in How Many Carats. I'm just going to take it with my finger, just pop a little bit out here just for some real like shimmer on the cheeks. I feel like a nude would probably go best with this, maybe a peachy nude. NARS Power Pigment, is that what these are called? Yeah, Power Matte Pigment and American Woman. I can't say how much I love this formula. Like, it's so good. And this color is so perfect. I'm gonna need a full size. I've got glitter everywhere. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna zhuzh my hair, get rid of some of this glitter all over me, and we'll be back for the finished look. Alright, and here is the finished look. Do we like it? Do we love it? Is it a lot? Oh yeah, but it's Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is a lot. I mean, you have to just go crazy with it and let the good times roll. Anyway, yeah, I let my hair just do its natural whatever the fuck it likes to do. This is my hair basically in her natural air dried state. But yeah, this is my Mardi Gras Glam for 2020 Mardi Gras season. We used the beautiful Jackie Aina palette. This amazing purple is from her palette called Shookington, and this purple has left me quite Shookington. And we also used a couple of shades from the Rivera palette as well as a glitter from the Honey palette. And yeah, this is the look complete, and I'm loving it. There was a point like midway through it and I was like, oh no, we're gonna have to wash this off. But then I just powered through. It was one of those looks that looks like just crap until you're finished kind of thing. Is it the most wearable thing in the world? Well, it's on my face, so yeah, it's wearable. It was fun to create, and I just wanted to do something in the spirit of Mardi Gras and bring that to YouTube because I don't see a whole lot of it in the beauty community. Anyway, if you like this look and liked hearing a little bit about Mardi Gras in Louisiana, go ahead and like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below. Do you guys celebrate Mardi Gras where you are? Let me know and tell me how you guys celebrate that's different or the same or whatever. Let me know. I am always interested in that kind of stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay spooky. Bye now.